Alex sat behind the wheel of their old, slightly dented car, staring out at the darkened parking lot. The hum of the city was distant, almost like a low whisper under the night sky. It had been a long day at Novatech Industries, and Alex was tired in a way that went beyond physical exhaustion. Today, a prototype they had been working on for months, an advanced AI-assisted propulsion system for interstellar travel, finally ran without errors. Their excitement was high, but so was their fatigue. As Alex adjusted the rearview mirror, they noticed a figure walking across the lot. The shadow moved with a purposeful stride that immediately caught Alex's attention. Squinting through the dim light, Alex realized it was Ilara Voss, the CEO of Novatech herself. Ilara was someone Alex had only ever seen in presentations, board meetings, and the occasional video call. Up close, she was taller than expected, with sharp eyes that seemed to read everything at once, and an aura of calm confidence that made people either admire her or feel nervous. Alex's first reaction was disbelief. CEOs didn't just appear in parking lots. They certainly didn't get into employees' cars uninvited. Yet, in a few quick steps, Ilara reached Alex's side and opened the door. "Alex," she said, her voice smooth but carrying a certain playful edge. "Mind if I join you?" Alex blinked. Excuse me? "I like your work," Ilara said, slipping into the passenger seat as if she had been there 1,000 times. "And I'm pretty sure you feel the same. We need to talk." Alex's mind raced. Talk? In the car? At this hour? Alone with the CEO? Yet, something about the way Ilara looked at them wasn't threatening. It was curious, almost inviting. "Sure, I guess," Alex said finally, gripping the steering wheel a little too tightly. Where are we going?" Ilara leaned back, one arm resting casually on the edge of the door. "Somewhere private. Somewhere we can speak freely. Don't worry. It'll be quick." Alex started the car, heart pounding. The engine's low growl seemed to echo their nervous thoughts. As they drove, silence stretched for a moment. But it wasn't uncomfortable. Ilara looked out the window, then back at Alex, her expression unreadable. "You've done something remarkable today," she said finally. "That AI propulsion prototype, flawless execution. Most engineers would have failed by now. But you saw the solution where no one else could." Alex swallowed, a mix of pride and anxiety bubbling inside. "Thank you. I did what I could. I guess I was lucky." Ilara shook her head, a faint smile touching her lips. "It's not luck. It's instinct, intellect, and courage. All qualities we need for the next phase. And I think we need to see what happens when we combine them." Alex glanced at her, puzzled. "Combine? What?" "The human mind," Ilara replied, "with AI. We're working on a project that could redefine how humans interact with machines, how humans explore space. And I want you on the team, Alex. Not just because of your skills, but because you understand possibilities others don't." Alex's fingers tightened around the steering wheel. This was insane. Ilara, the CEO of one of the most advanced tech companies on Earth, was personally recruiting them for something top secret and possibly dangerous. The logical part of Alex's mind screamed caution. The curious, adventurous part thrilled at the idea. "Why me?" Alex asked, keeping their voice steady. "Because you think differently," Ilara said simply. "You don't just follow instructions. You experiment, you question, you imagine. That's rare, Alex. And rare is exactly what we need." The car moved through the quiet streets, streetlights reflecting in the windshield. Alex tried to process what was happening. There was a strange calmness in the situation. Despite its absurdity, Ilara wasn't intimidating. They weren't in a boardroom being grilled about quarterly profits. They were just two people, talking about something extraordinary. "You're recruiting me," Alex said finally. "For some kind of project? That sounds huge." "It is," Ilara admitted. "And it will be dangerous in ways we can't fully predict. But I believe you're ready. And I believe you'll thrive." Alex swallowed again, feeling the weight of those words. It wasn't just an offer. It was a challenge, a leap into the unknown. And for some reason, they wanted to take it. "You're serious," Alex said. "I've never been more serious about anything," Alara replied. Then, after a pause, she added softly, "And I like you. More than just your talent." Alex's heart skipped a beat. They weren't sure if they heard her correctly. "You like me?" Alara's gaze met theirs, unwavering. "I do. And I think you feel the same. But right now, that's not important. What's important is whether you're ready to step into something bigger than yourself. Something human first." Alex tried to respond but found no words. Instead, they nodded slowly. The weight of the moment, the late-night city, the quiet hum of the car, and the presence of Alara, all of it pressed down on them. They felt alive, more alive than they had in years. Alara reached over, tapping the dashboard lightly. "You have talent. You have courage. And you have curiosity. That's all you need to start." They drove in silence for a while. Alex's mind raced with possibilities. Could they really do this? Could they really step into a project that might change humanity's future? The logical answer was fear. The emotional answer was excitement. Somewhere between the two, Alex felt a strange sense of destiny. Finally, Alara spoke again. "We'll start tomorrow. I'll show you the plans, introduce you to the team. But tonight, just think about it. Think about what it means to push limits. Think about what it means to trust yourself." Alex nodded, words failing them. The car slowed as they approached a small, quiet park. Alara leaned back, eyes closing briefly, as if she too needed a moment of calm. When they stopped, she looked at Alex with a faint smile. "Tomorrow, everything changes. Are you ready?" Alex felt a shiver of anticipation. "Yes," they said finally. "I'm ready." Alara nodded, satisfied. "Good. Because the future is waiting." As Alex drove back home, their mind buzzed with questions, excitement, and a hint of fear. But above everything, there was one clear thought. This was only the beginning. A beginning that might take them farther than they had ever imagined, into space, into technology, and perhaps even into something unexpected between themselves and the CEO, who had just stepped into their car and changed everything. The city lights blurred past, but Alex didn't mind. For the first time in a long time, the unknown didn't feel scary. It felt like a calling. The next morning, Alex arrived at Novatech Industries earlier than usual. The sun had barely risen, painting the sky in soft shades of pink and gold. The building, sleek and modern, reflected the morning light like a giant prism. Alex's stomach buzzed with anticipation and nerves. Yesterday's late-night ride with Alara Voss still felt unreal, like a dream someone might forget upon waking. Alex stepped into the lobby, where holographic displays flickered, showing the company's latest projects, advanced robotics, AI-driven spacecraft, and interstellar propulsion systems. Normally, these exhibits fascinated Alex, but today, their mind focused entirely on the meeting ahead. They wondered what Alara had planned, what the hidden project really meant, and whether they were truly ready for it. "Alex." The smooth voice stopped them mid-step. Alara appeared from the side, her presence as commanding as ever. "I'm glad you decided to come early." "I wouldn't miss it," Alex replied, trying to mask the jittery excitement in their voice. Alara smiled faintly. "Good. Follow me." She led Alex through a series of security checkpoints, each one more stringent than the last. Alex's access badge, normally enough for their lab, was scanned multiple times. Each beep and flash of light seemed to heighten the tension. Finally, they arrived at a massive door labeled Project Helios. Authorized personnel only. Alara swiped her card and entered a code, and the door hissed open. Inside, the room was enormous, filled with glowing panels, holographic displays, and a central platform where a sleek, humanoid AI prototype stood. Its polished surface reflected the light, and its eyes' soft blue LEDs followed Alex as they entered. "This," Alara said, gesturing to the AI, "is Athena. She's not just any AI. She's designed to work alongside humans in ways no machine has ever done before." Alex stepped closer, examining Athena. "She looks almost alive." "That's intentional," Alara said. "Project Helios isn't about replacing humans. It's about enhancing them, expanding what we can do. With Athena's help, humans can think faster, process information instantly, and make decisions under conditions even the best computers struggle with. But she doesn't work alone. That's where you come in." Alex felt a mixture of awe and fear. "Me? But I'm just an engineer. I've never worked directly with a prototype like this." "You're more than an engineer," Alara said firmly. "You have intuition, creativity, and judgment. Machines don't. That's why you're the perfect partner for Athena. We'll test the limits of human-AI collaboration. Together, you two can solve problems that neither could manage alone." Alex swallowed. The weight of the responsibility pressed down, but at the same time, excitement surged through them. "And this is all safe?" Ilara's gaze was steady. "There's risk. There always is when pushing boundaries, but we've designed multiple safeguards. You won't be alone. And I'll be here." Alex nodded, feeling both reassured and challenged. This was no longer a simple engineering problem. It was a mission to redefine human capability. Ilara led Alex to a workstation filled with holographic controls, virtual schematics, and data streams that seemed to pulse with energy. "Your first task is simple. In theory, integrate your thought process with Athena's. Solve a navigation problem she can't handle on her own. Think creatively. Push limits. The goal is to see how humans and AI complement each other." Alex focused on the task, placing their hands over a holographic interface. Immediately, Athena's sensors connected to Alex's input. A soft voice filled the room. "Good morning, Alex. I am Athena. I will assist you." Alex jumped slightly at the AI's voice. It was calm, almost soothing, but undeniably alive. "Good morning, Athena," Alex replied. "Let's get started." Hours passed in a blur of calculations, simulations, and adjustments. At first, the connection felt strange. Athena processed data at lightning speed, while Alex's mind worked more slowly, creatively filling in gaps, imagining solutions Athena couldn't consider. Slowly, they began to synchronize, anticipating each other's moves, predicting decisions before they were made. Ilara observed silently, occasionally nodding. "See? This is why humans are indispensable. Machines can process information, but humans see possibilities. Humans make connections. Machines can't." "Alex, you're doing more than just programming. You're teaching Athena to think with you." Alex felt a rush of pride. Working with Athena was unlike anything they had experienced. Together, they solved problems that had stumped entire teams for weeks. Yet, as impressive as the progress was, Alex couldn't ignore the subtle tension they felt whenever Ilara's eyes lingered on them. There was admiration in her gaze, yes, but something else, something personal. During a brief break, Alex stepped outside the lab, letting the cool morning air wash over them. They tried to clear their mind, to focus solely on the project, but the previous night's car ride kept replaying in their thoughts. Ilara's words, her presence, the strange thrill of being chosen, it was all overwhelming. "Thinking hard?" Ilara's voice startled Alex. She had approached quietly, standing just a few feet away. Alex laughed nervously. "I guess it's a lot to take in." Ilara leaned against the wall. "It is, but that's the point. Growth doesn't happen in comfort zones. You're going to see things, solve things, and feel things you've never imagined. That's what makes humans extraordinary. That's why we need you." Alex met her gaze, and for a moment, the lab, the project, and the city outside seemed to fade away. All that remained was the quiet intensity between them. They wanted to speak, to express the thoughts rushing through their mind, but the words caught in their throat. Ilara smiled faintly. Don't worry about the personal side yet. Focus on the mission. Trust yourself. Trust Athena. Trust us. Alex nodded, trying to focus on the words, on the project, on the future. But as they returned to the lab, a small spark of curiosity and excitement lingered. The project was more than a technical challenge, it was a test of their courage, their creativity, and even their heart. The day moved on in a rhythm of experiments, data analysis, and strategy discussions. Alex and Athena's teamwork grew stronger, their minds intertwining in ways both thrilling and exhausting. Ilara remained nearby, guiding when needed, but giving space when Alex needed to think. It was a delicate balance of independence and mentorship. And Alex realized that this dynamic was unlike anything they had experienced in their career. By evening, the lab lights dimmed, casting long shadows across the sleek surfaces. Alex leaned back, exhausted, but exhilarated. Athena's systems hummed softly, as if acknowledging the day's progress. Ilara approached, placing a hand lightly on Alex's shoulder. You did well today, she said. Not just with Athena, but with yourself. You're learning, adapting, evolving. That's exactly what humans are meant to do. Alex smiled, a mixture of pride and humility. Thank you, Ilara. I didn't know if I could do it, but I guess I did. You did, she said simply. And tomorrow, we push further. The real test begins when we take this beyond simulations, beyond the lab. We'll see how humans and AI perform in situations no machine has ever faced before. Are you ready for that? Alex paused, thinking of the possibilities, the risks, and the excitement. Finally, they nodded. Yes, I'm ready. Ilara's smile deepened, a subtle but genuine warmth in her eyes. Good. I knew you would be. As Alex left the lab and walked through the quiet hallways of Novatech, they felt a strange mix of anticipation and purpose. This wasn't just a project. And it wasn't just about technology. It was about human potential, creativity, and the courage to step into the unknown. And for the first time, Alex realized that being chosen for something extraordinary wasn't just about skill. It was about trust. Trust in themselves, trust in Athena, and trust in the people who believed in them, including Ilara Voss, the CEO who had seen something remarkable in a young engineer and brought them into a mission that could change everything. Tomorrow, Alex thought, would be even bigger. And somehow, they felt ready. The morning sun poured through the tall windows of the Novatech lab, casting long streaks of light over rows of holographic panels and workstations. Alex arrived early, their mind still buzzing from the breakthroughs of yesterday. Athena, the humanoid AI, stood quietly in the center of the lab, her blue eyes softly glowing. She didn't move until Alex approached, then spoke in her calm, melodic voice. Good morning, Alex. Ready to continue our work? Alex nodded, feeling both anticipation and a hint of nervousness. Yes, Athena. Let's see what we can do today. Ilara Voss appeared shortly afterward, moving with her usual grace. Today, she said, we take the next step. Up until now, you've worked in simulations. You've proven that you and Athena can think as a team. Now, it's time to face a challenge where failure is possible, but the lessons will be invaluable. Alex's pulse quickened. A real challenge? Simulated, yes, but as close to reality as we can make it. You will navigate an unmapped asteroid cluster using the hybrid human-AI interface. The catch is, you have only limited data, and every decision must be made in real time. Athena will assist, but the thinking, the creativity, that's yours. Alex swallowed hard. The task sounded impossible. Even the best AI alone would struggle with such a scenario, but together with Athena, maybe it was achievable. Alara gestured toward a large dome at the center of the lab. Inside, a holographic asteroid field shimmered, spinning in 3 dimensions. Alex stepped into the dome, feeling a thrill of awe. The field was massive, hundreds of tumbling asteroids, each one unpredictable in trajectory. Athena's voice echoed softly through the dome. Alex, I have mapped the most probable paths for each asteroid. However, several clusters remain unpredictable. Your input is critical to avoid collisions. Alex took a deep breath and placed their hands on the holographic interface. The field responded instantly, swirling and reshaping based on their touch. Athena's sensors linked with Alex's neural input, anticipating their thoughts and reactions. At first, the simulation felt overwhelming. The asteroids moved quickly, faster than Alex expected, and their mind raced to calculate every possible route. Athena suggested optimal paths, highlighting the safest routes. But Alex's instincts told them there were better ways, creative solutions no AI could generate on its own. Trust your instincts, Alex, Athena said. I will follow your lead. Alex hesitated for a moment, then acted. With a series of quick gestures, they guided the virtual spacecraft between 2 clusters that Athena had deemed too risky. The AI recalculated instantly, adjusting trajectories and stabilizing the craft. Together, they maneuvered flawlessly, avoiding collisions in a dance of human intuition and machine precision. Ilara watched from the control room, her eyes narrowed in concentration. She knew this moment was crucial. Athena was capable of incredible feats, but the test wasn't about speed or calculation. It was about collaboration, about humans and AI learning to anticipate and complement each other. Hours passed. The asteroid field grew more complex, introducing random variables, shifting debris, simulated solar winds, and sudden gravitational pulls. Alex felt their minds stretching, thinking in ways they had never before. Every decision was a challenge, every choice carried weight. But Athena was always there, calculating outcomes instantly, adapting to Alex's creativity. By late afternoon, sweat beaded on Alex's forehead. Their hands ached. Their mind ached. But there was also exhilaration. They had never felt so alive. Every instinct, every calculation, every creative leap mattered. And Athena, for all her precision, responded with almost human-like understanding. You are improving, Alex, Athena said softly. Your patterns are more efficient. Your decisions are creative and effective. Alex laughed, a mix of relief and excitement. Thanks, Athena. I couldn't do this without you. That is true, Athena replied. But together, we are stronger than either alone. Ilara entered the dome quietly. I knew you could do it, she said, her voice carrying both admiration and something more subtle pride. Maybe even a personal connection. You see, Alex, this is what makes humans extraordinary. You don't just follow rules. You imagine possibilities. You take risks. You create solutions that no machine could conceive. Alex smiled faintly, catching the rare warmth in Ilara's eyes. I'm learning, Alex said. I never realized humans could be so adaptable. That's the point, Ilara said. Machines are fast. Machines are precise. But humans innovate. Humans inspire. And with Athena, we are discovering just how far that innovation can go. As the sun set, the lab shifted into a quiet hum of ambient light and soft electronic beeps. Alex and Athena had completed the simulation successfully, navigating the asteroid field flawlessly. The achievement was remarkable. But what struck Alex most was the feeling of connection between themselves and Athena, and strangely, between themselves and Ilara, who had watched their growth quietly, almost like a mentor guiding a protege. You did well today, Ilara said, her hand resting lightly on Alex's shoulder. Not just technically, but creatively. You've proven that humans, when paired with AI, are more capable than anyone imagined. Alex nodded, trying to catch their breath. Thank you, Ilara. I didn't think I could manage it at first. But Athena, and you, You both guided me. Ilara smiled, a rare, genuine expression that Alex had only seen once before. You guided yourself, Alex. That's the difference. Athena amplifies your abilities, but you are the one making the leaps, seeing what others cannot. That's what humans bring to the table. That's why this project works. Alex felt a deep sense of pride and awe. The day had pushed them to their limits, challenged every skill they had, and demanded creativity, courage, and focus. And they had risen to the challenge. Later, when the lab quieted for the night, Alex stepped outside for some fresh air. The city skyline glittered in the darkness, the lights reflecting in the lab's glass walls. The weight of the day's experiences pressed on them, but it wasn't exhaustion, it was fulfillment. Ilara joined them, leaning casually against the lab's exterior wall. You're learning fast, she said softly, and that's only the beginning. Tomorrow, the challenges will be even greater, but I know you can handle them. Alex smiled faintly. I want to. I've never felt this alive before. That's what humans are meant to feel, Ilara said, her eyes reflecting the city lights. Curiosity, ambition, courage, and sometimes, connection. Alex glanced at her, unsure whether she meant the project, the AI, or something more personal. But before they could ask, Ilara stepped back, her expression calm and unreadable. Rest tonight. Tomorrow, we push boundaries even further. And remember, humans lead the way. Alex nodded, feeling a quiet determination. They had faced their first real challenge, tested the limits of human-AI collaboration, and succeeded. But more than that, they had discovered something about themselves, the ability to rise to challenges, to innovate, and to trust their instincts, even under immense pressure. As Alex walked home, their thoughts lingered on Athena, the simulation, and the subtle warmth in Ilara's words. This mission wasn't just about technology. It was about discovering what humans were truly capable of, pushing boundaries, and finding strength in unexpected places. And deep down, Alex knew that the journey had only just begun. The following morning, the Novatech lab buzzed with a different kind of energy. Today, Alex would leave the controlled environment of simulations and enter the virtual mission dome, designed to replicate conditions they would face in real interstellar travel. The dome was enormous, a hollow sphere lined with advanced holographic projectors and AI-assisted interfaces capable of mimicking every aspect of space. The unpredictable movement of asteroids, solar winds, and even gravitational anomalies. Ilara Voss stood at the entrance, her sharp eyes scanning Alex as they approached. Today is different, she said. Simulations can only teach you so much. Now, you and Athena will face variables no one has ever encountered before. Your decisions will have consequences. Not for real life, but as close as we can get. Are you ready? Alex nodded, though their stomach fluttered nervously. I think so. But this feels bigger than yesterday. Ilara smiled faintly. That's because it is. Yesterday, you proved your mind. Today, we test your instincts, intuition, and leadership. Inside the dome, the holographic field expanded to fill the space. A virtual spacecraft floated among massive asteroids, each one spinning unpredictably. The simulation was dynamic, the environment constantly changing, reflecting conditions they might face in deep space. Alex stepped forward, placing their hands on the holographic interface. Athena's sensors linked instantly, her soft blue glow pulsing in response to Alex's presence. Good morning, Alex, Athena said. I have analyzed preliminary conditions. The asteroid cluster is volatile. Your input is essential. Alex swallowed and nodded. Let's do this. From the control room, Ilara monitored quietly. She didn't intervene, except to offer brief guidance when needed. Her faith in Alex was clear. She had watched them grow through simulations, but now the real test would show whether humans could adapt in conditions no AI alone could master. The first moments were chaotic. The asteroids moved unpredictably, some splitting into smaller pieces, others colliding and sending debris across the field. Alex's mind raced, calculating, imagining, predicting. Athena provided data instantly, calculating trajectories and highlighting safe paths. "Go left!" Alex shouted instinctively as an asteroid split near the spacecraft. Athena adjusted immediately, stabilizing the ship and redirecting its course. "You are reacting faster than expected," Athena said, a hint of admiration in her tone. "Your instincts are effective." Alex grinned despite the tension. "Thanks, Athena. I'm trying." Minutes turned into hours. The asteroid field grew increasingly complex, introducing environmental anomalies, sudden gravitational surges, magnetic distortions, and erratic energy pulses. Each one required split-second decisions, creative thinking, and seamless coordination with Athena. At one point, a massive asteroid suddenly shifted course, heading directly toward their virtual ship. Athena calculated multiple solutions instantly. But Alex's mind caught a pattern that the AI couldn't see: a gap between two smaller clusters that formed a narrow passage. "Go through the gap," Alex shouted. Athena hesitated for a fraction of a second, then aligned the ship perfectly, weaving through the impossible opening. The AI adjusted instantly, and the spacecraft emerged unscathed. Ilara's expression softened. "Impressive," she murmured. "Humans see possibilities, machines don't. That is why you are indispensable." Alex. Despite the exhilaration, fatigue began to creep in. Alex's hands ached, their mind felt strained, yet the drive to succeed pushed them forward. Athena's calm, steady guidance anchored them, offering support without taking over. Hours later, the simulation reached its climax. A field of asteroids moving unpredictably in 3 dimensions, combined with a virtual solar flare, threatening to destabilize their ship. Alex's heart pounded as they calculated angles, velocities, and energy outputs. Every decision mattered. "Brace for the flare," Athena said. "We must calculate precise shields and trajectory adjustments." Alex's mind moved faster than ever. They coordinated with Athena, issuing commands, adjusting positions, and predicting outcomes. The spacecraft weaved through the chaos, shields holding steady. The solar flare passed, leaving the asteroid field behind. "Mission success," Athena said softly. "We have navigated the cluster safely." "Some." Alex exhaled deeply, a grin spreading across their face. "We did it. I can't believe it worked." Ilara entered the dome, clapping softly. "You did more than believe, Alex. You executed. You led. You innovated. And Athena, you were the perfect partner." Alex looked at Athena, feeling an unexpected sense of pride and connection. "We make a good team," they said. Athena's glowing eyes seemed to acknowledge the compliment. "Yes," Athena replied. "Together, we can handle challenges no machine or human could manage alone." Ilara's gaze softened as she studied Alex. "This is what I wanted you to see, Alex. Humans are not just capable, they are extraordinary. When paired with technology that complements their creativity and instincts, there is no limit to what we can achieve. That is why this project exists. That is why we chose you." Alex felt a deep sense of fulfillment. It wasn't just about the simulation or the challenge. It was about human ingenuity, courage, and adaptability. They realized that no matter how advanced technology became, humans would always bring something unique: imagination, intuition, and heart. As the dome lights dimmed, signaling the end of the simulation, Ilara stepped closer. "Tomorrow, we go beyond the dome. You will experience conditions closer to actual space travel. But today, remember this feeling: the thrill of discovery, the satisfaction of overcoming the impossible. That is what makes humans first." Alex nodded, their minds still racing with adrenaline and awe. I understand. And I'm ready." Ilara smiled faintly, a warmth in her eyes that made Alex's chest tighten slightly. "Good. Because the journey is only beginning. Humanity has always looked to the stars. But now, you and Athena will help us take the next step. Together, we will redefine what humans are capable of. As Alex left the dome, they felt a mix of exhaustion and exhilaration. The simulation had tested every skill they possessed, stretched their mind to the limits, and demanded creativity, courage, and leadership. And yet, despite the challenge, they felt stronger, more capable, and more connected to Athena, to Alara, and to the limitless possibilities of human potential. That night, as Alex walked home under the star-filled sky, they thought about the enormity of what lay ahead. The stars seemed closer than ever. Not distant points of light, but destinations waiting to be explored. And Alex knew, deep in their heart, that humans, curious, inventive, courageous humans, were meant to reach them. Ilara's words echoed in their mind. Humans lead the way. And for the first time, Alex truly believed it. The morning sun rose slowly over Novatech Industries, painting the lab in soft gold and silver tones. Alex entered the facility with a sense of calm determination. Today was the culmination of months of preparation, simulations, and testing, the moment when all their work, creativity, and courage would be put to the ultimate test. Alara Voss stood at the center of the lab, as composed as ever. Her sharp eyes scanned Alex, and for the first time, there was a subtle smile on her lips. "Are you ready, Alex?" she asked, her voice calm but commanding. Alex nodded. "I've never felt more ready. Today, we show what humans can do." "That's what I like to hear," Alara said. "Athena is your partner. Trust her. Trust yourself, and remember what makes humans unique: creativity, intuition, and courage. That is our advantage." Alex stepped into the launch simulation chamber, a massive dome that replicated the exact conditions of interstellar travel. Inside, a spacecraft awaited, sleek and fully equipped with AI-assisted navigation and human interfaces. Alex could see Athena waiting at the controls, her blue eyes glowing softly. "Good morning, Alex," Athena said. "We are ready for the mission." Alex nodded, gripping the control interface. "Let's do this, Athena. Together." Alara observed from the control room, monitoring every parameter but letting Alex take the lead. The simulation began, and instantly, the spacecraft was thrust into a virtual space environment filled with asteroids, magnetic storms, and gravitational anomalies. The stakes were high. Every decision mattered. At first, the familiar rhythm of teamwork between Alex and Athena resumed. Alex's creativity guided decisions, while Athena processed data instantly, offering options and calculations. Together, they maneuvered through unpredictable asteroid fields, dodged simulated energy pulses, and adjusted to sudden shifts in gravity. But soon, the simulation introduced a new challenge: an uncharted cluster of asteroids moving at impossible speeds. Athena calculated multiple solutions, but none guaranteed success. Alex paused, scanning the holographic display, their mind racing. "Think outside the patterns, Alex," Athena prompted. Alex's fingers hovered above the controls, then moved decisively. They spotted a narrow corridor between two massive asteroids, a route no AI had identified as viable. With Athena adjusting the ship's shields and engines in perfect synchronization, they guided the spacecraft through the dangerous path. The ship weaved flawlessly, narrowly avoiding collisions at every turn. Alara watched silently, her eyes reflecting a mix of pride and admiration. Humans could innovate in ways machines never could. That innovation, paired with AI's precision, was what made this mission possible. Hours passed in a blur of focus and split-second decision-making. Alex's mind stretched to its limits, but their determination never wavered. Each obstacle they overcame strengthened their confidence. They felt a connection not just to Athena, but to the larger mission, the idea that humans could push beyond their limits and redefine the boundaries of possibility. Finally, the spacecraft emerged from the asteroid cluster. The virtual environment stabilized, and the mission parameters confirmed success. Alex exhaled deeply, a wide smile spreading across their face. "We did it," Alex said. their voice filled with relief and exhilaration. "We really did it," Athena's soft voice responded, almost warmly. "Yes, Alex. Together, we achieved what neither could accomplish alone." Ilara entered the chamber, clapping softly. "Remarkable," she said. "You've proven exactly why humans lead the way. Not just skill, not just intelligence, but courage, creativity, and adaptability. These are traits no machine can replicate entirely. And Alex, you embody them." Alex felt a swell of pride, and something more, a subtle, deep appreciation for Ilara's trust and guidance. "Thank you," Alex said. "I couldn't have done it without Athena, and without your support, Ilara." Ilara's eyes softened, a rare warmth in her expression. "You've grown, Alex. Not just as an engineer or a problem solver, but as someone who can push humanity forward. And that is why you were chosen." Alex paused, reflecting on everything that had happened, from the unexpected car ride that started it all, to the late-night sessions in the lab, to the simulations, and today's final test. It had been a journey of discovery, challenge, and growth. And through it all, one lesson had become clear. Humans were not defined solely by technology or intellect. Humans were defined by their courage, creativity, and the ability to connect with each other, and with the machines they created. As the lab emptied, Alex and Ilara stepped outside onto the rooftop of Novatech Industries. The city stretched out below, bathed in the soft light of late afternoon. Alex felt a quiet awe at the beauty of the world, the stars beginning to appear in the sky above. "You see, Alex," Ilara said, her voice soft and reflective, "this is only the beginning. Humans will go farther than anyone ever imagined. Technology is a tool, but the human mind, the human heart, that is what truly drives progress." Alex nodded, feeling the truth of her words resonate deeply. "I understand, and I want to keep going. I want to see how far we can really go." Ilara smiled faintly, a mixture of pride and something personal, an unspoken connection that had grown through the months of collaboration. "Then we will," she said. "Together, humanity will reach the stars. And it starts with people like you, Alex." For a moment, they stood in silence, gazing at the sky. The stars seemed closer than ever. Not distant points of light, but destinations waiting to be explored. Alex felt a deep sense of purpose and possibility. They had discovered their own potential, tested the limits of human-AI collaboration, and realized the extraordinary capability of humans when paired with technology. And as they looked at Ilara, Alex felt something else, a quiet, growing admiration, a connection forged through shared challenges and mutual trust. It was subtle, unspoken, but undeniable. "Thank you," Alex said softly. "For everything," Ilara nodded. "No, Alex, thank you, for daring to step beyond the limits, for believing in what humans can do, and for leading the way. Remember, humans are first. We will always find a way." As night fell over the city, Alex stood on the rooftop, looking at the stars with a sense of wonder and determination. The journey had been incredible, but it was only the beginning. Humanity had the potential to achieve the impossible, and Alex had proven that courage, creativity, and heart were what truly defined greatness. And somewhere deep inside, Alex knew that the adventure ahead, beyond simulations, beyond the lab, into real space exploration, was theirs to embrace. Together with Athena, guided by Ilara, and fueled by the limitless potential of the human mind, they would take humanity farther than it had ever gone. The stars above twinkled like promises, and Alex smiled, ready for whatever came next. Because humans were not just capable. Humans were extraordinary, and this was only the beginning.